Martin O'Neill has made a surprising admission about the Celtic board this morning that supporters are not going to love. The window has been open for more than 4 weeks, and the club still only have one signing. We have also got a fresh transfer link for a Dutch left-back who once nearly joined Celtic 6 years ago, two Fringe players being warned their futures are uncertain, a major Callum McGregor update, and the goalkeeping situation explained. A lot to get through this morning, let's go. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Callum McGregor will not be leaving Celtic for Saudi Arabia this summer, and the reason comes down to the rules of the Saudi Pro League rather than any lack of interest. Al Qadsiya, the club managed by Brendan Rodgers, had been mentioned as a potential destination for the Celtic captain after McGregor switched to the same management agency as his former manager, Unique Sports Group. That change fueled genuine speculation about a reunion, and for a period it felt like a credible possibility. But a move this summer is now off the table. Al Qadsiya have already filled their allocation of foreign players. Saudi Pro League clubs are permitted a maximum of 10 non-native players in their squad, and there is simply no room for McGregor unless other departures happen before the window closes. That closes the door on this particular move, at least for now. For Celtic, it removes a significant piece of uncertainty. McGregor is the heartbeat of the side and is under contract until the summer of 2028, which means the Celts are in a strong position regardless of outside interest. He recently spoke publicly about wanting to build something special under O'Neill, which was widely taken as the clearest signal yet that his focus remains firmly on Parkhead. Transfer links involving experienced Celtic players will not stop while the window is open. But in McGregor's case, the picture is as clear as it can be right now. He stays. Now for the main story, as Martin O'Neill has made a frank admission this morning about Celtic's recruitment structure, and his words will not exactly fill the support with confidence ahead of a season that begins competitively in less than 3 weeks. O'Neill confirmed that Celtic are in the process of looking for a new head of recruitment, but said bluntly that it is not at the top of the club's agenda right now. That admission lands at a particularly awkward time. The transfer window opened more than 4 weeks ago. The Celts have made just one signing, Camilo Duran. Champions League qualifying is roughly 5 weeks away. The Scottish Premiership season follows shortly after. When O'Neill was confirmed as permanent manager, interim chairman Brian Wilson went public with a promise of a very active few weeks in the transfer market. That statement was made over a month ago. O'Neill said, "They're looking at that at this minute. I think obviously there's a process. I think that they want to do that, but it's not at the top of the list at this minute. I've got a couple of boys who are very, very good in the background anyway." He also confirmed that Sean Maloney is no longer involved in recruitment to the same degree as he was during the chaotic January window, when the assistant manager was effectively doing 6 or 7 jobs simultaneously. O'Neill said, "He's not in the same extent. He was doing 6 or 7 jobs at the time, so just concentrate on this and that's fine." He did try to offer some reassurance, speaking positively about the background recruitment work being done. He said, "I'm in constant talks with them every single day. They're behind the scenes. Genuinely, I'm really pleased with what they're doing. Mark Cooper has been doing really well for us. He's identified players over the last 10 or 12 years for us, some really fine players. The problem is not whether the people doing the work are capable. The problem is the scoreboard. One signing in 4 weeks with the season nearly here is not what Celtic fans were promised, and the admission that appointing a head of recruitment is not even a top priority makes it worse. The board said they would do better. The clock is ticking. In other news, Celtic have been linked with Mitchell Bakker as Martin O'Neill looks to add options on the left side of the squad, with a new report from Italian outlet Tutto Mercato Web claiming the Celts are monitoring the Dutch player's situation. Bakker is 26 years old and has spent his career at Paris Saint-Germain, Bayer Leverkusen, Lille and Atalanta. The link with Celtic is not new. He was touted as a potential Parkhead signing 6 years ago, but nothing ever came of it at the time. His time in Bergamo with Atalanta has been difficult. A serious knee injury, a ruptured cruciate ligament, wiped out the majority of his most recent season. He returned only towards the very end of the campaign and made a single Serie A appearance off the bench. That injury record is clearly part of any assessment any club would do. However, the situation does carry some appeal. Bakker has just 1 year remaining on his Atalanta contract, and the Italian club are prepared to listen to offers as they reshape their squad. That means the fee should be manageable for Celtic. He has operated predominantly as an attacking left wing back, thriving when given license to get forward in a 3-5-2 system. O'Neill is said to be looking at tweaking Celtic's style of play, which could open the door for a player of his profile. No formal bid has been made. Interest from Serie A clubs and the Turkish Super League is also reported. But left back is an area Celtic need to address, and Bakker, when fit, has the pedigree, one to watch over the next few weeks. In other news, Martin O'Neill has confirmed Celtic are actively seeking a new goalkeeper and has made clear exactly the profile of player he wants, signalling that Viljami Sinisalo will face real competition for the number 1 shirt next season. Sinisalo stepped up brilliantly after Kasper Schmeichel retired and played a significant role in the title run-in. He kept the number 1 shirt and showed enough quality against Sporting CP in the Algarve to suggest he is ready to be a Celtic starter. But O'Neill wants more. He said, "That's definitely a thought. I don't want an older goalkeeper who thinks, well, I'm just going to be number 2. I want somebody to be threatening. It has to be. Even if it wasn't an older goalkeeper, there's no reason why we shouldn't be thinking of somebody younger." The message is clear. Celtic want a goalkeeper capable of genuinely pushing Sinisalo, not simply making up the numbers. With Ross Doohan currently the only other senior option at the club, that is an area of obvious need. 2 names have been mentioned in connection with the position. Radek Vitek, a 22-year-old Manchester United goalkeeper, enjoyed an outstanding loan spell at Bristol City last season, making 41 championship appearances, keeping 12 clean sheets and sweeping the end-of-season awards at Ashton Gate. Dinko Hawkes of Las Palmas has also been linked, though reports suggest he may be closing in on a move elsewhere. The Premiership campaign is less than 3 weeks away, and the Champions League qualifiers follow quickly after that. Getting this position resolved is one of the priorities O'Neill has been clear about publicly. Supporters will be watching closely. Lastly, 2 Celtic players face real uncertainty over their futures after Martin O'Neill made clear this morning that neither Michel-Ange Balikwisha nor Paulo Bernardo has done enough to guarantee their place in his plans for next season. Both played in pre-season under O'Neill, starting in the friendlies against Shelbourne and Sporting CP. Both got 45 minutes in each game. And according to the article, neither made much of an impression across those 2 outings. That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.